Not playing very consistently. We're going to see if he can do better this time. If he can, again, this is the map to do it on. Antigua Shipyard. All right, Artosis.
Yes.
In the bottom right, we have our Terran player losing game number 1, but still very solid, and one of the most consistent players here in the GSL. Codas, he is
SuperNova.
And in the upper left starting location, we have our Zerg player, brand new here to Codas and doing quite well. His ID is
MVP Sniper.
What was that StarCraft one? I believe it was the nickname for Zelos. Was the Red Sniper?
No, that was
that was Huang Xin.
Yes.
No wait,
from SCX Soul, the Red Sniper.
Was his ID Huang Xin though? That was his.
That was yeah, that was his ID, Huang Xin.
Oh. Well, anyways, that was a terrible nickname.
Zelos was the perfect Terran.
That's right, perfect Terran.
He was so millimetric in his play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, remember that nickname the Koreans gave him, the Red Sniper?
Yeah.
It's like the most terrible, lame nickname ever.
There's some pretty bad nicknames out there, actually.
Yeah, there were.
There are. You remember Stork's nickname is something like the General of No Mistakes or something like that?
That's a terrible
the
nickname
Chief
as well.
Commander of No Mistakes or something. It's like, yeah, he's really solid. I guess
like,
that this translates poorly to English.
It's like the biggest, bestest, coolest player ever. I'm like, well, that's not really a nickname. That's a description a 13-year-old person would give somebody, but sometimes that stuff doesn't always translate. So, as you can see here, I think we're going to be actually we have to be filming on the Korean stream too.
I think we're probably on there right now.
I came down to the studio today, and they've been starting putting us on the Korean stream. Just get a shot of us, and actually, I have like surfer board shorts on right now.
Yeah, I hope they didn't get that, Tasteless.
Yeah, I know, right?
Those shorts do not match that shirt.
What if I just wore a Speedo here? I mean, the viewers would never know, but it would be an
people in the
studio.
studio
Yeah,
maybe taking
experience.
pictures.
All right, so the drone doing a little bit of scouting here. And SuperNova, this is becoming more and more common here, is just doing these fast expand builds.
Yeah, Zerg is not going to early hatch, man. It's just, I mean, early pool. Sorry, they're always going to early hatch. Because if you do like a 6 pool, even if you 6 pool and they command center first, they might win.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but we've seen like Marine King against Lucera almost win with... In that scenario, it's actually madness. Terran is really good at defending early, slow Zerglings.
I mean, if you control your Marine right, it's insane how much you can actually bilk out if you're just microing that Marine correctly.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, we'll have to see what these players want to do. It looks like they both want to do basically the same thing we saw last game. We see right into Factory, of course, from SuperNova, very common. Some people do prefer right now to get that third command center right away. But I think he's going to wait just a little bit. In the meantime, though, we actually have quicker gas for Sniper. Let me see if SuperNova actually saw that. Yeah, he did. He saw that this is actually quicker gas than last game. And, in fact, a second gas. Okay, so we're going to see something a little bit cheeky here out of Sniper.
Yeah, this is not one of these builds that are going to go into the late game.
Yeah, this could be
Well, I mean, you could, but I mean, it looks like he's going to do something that's going to be pretty aggressive here.
I would say it's either going to be Roach Bane or like a super Muta Rush, like the quickest Muta you can get off 2 base. Both of them are actually pretty cool builds right now. And in fact, with that starport coming up, looks like it's going to be the Banshee Hellion build. And if he does go straight into like super fast mutas, which is really beginning to look like, that's actually going to be good for him, man. He's going to do great against this build. I like it.
Yeah, he's actually going to be able to slap this down here from
nice metagame.
SuperNova.
Nice metagaming, man.
Yeah, actually, it's really smart.
This build is becoming so popular with Banshees and Hellions. They're like, well, Hellions aren't enough anymore. I guess I'll add some Banshees in. It's like,
and then it's like, but the problem is, yeah, none of those units hit air. So suddenly you've invested in, you know, something that's just not an asset anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that Banshee's going to get there when the Spire is almost done. So he's just, as long as he has like his creep connected from his main to natural and 3 queens, he's going to be good to go, man. And he has 3 queens. His creep is almost connected. Spine on the way even. I like this for Sniper. I think that, I mean, it's going to be so hard for SuperNova to hold. He's going to have almost no anti-air. No one goes this quick. Look at this. He's actually researching Caduceus Reactor.
All right, now he's going to feel really good about this.
Yeah.
Right now, he's like, I'm going to fake him out. He thinks I'm getting Cloak, and SuperNova's just like, or excuse me, Sniper's just sitting there thinking, like, I don't care.
Well, yeah, not just
mutas.
that, but he's happy.
Yeah.
He wants you to get Cloak right now. For the price of an Overseer, your Cloak is gone. And in fact, the fact that he's seen the starport and the reactor factory, he just has to be sitting there thinking, I'm the best. This is so amazing. What a great build order.
Basically, guys, to sum this up, if the Terran survives the next 5 minutes, that'll be impressive. Yeah, one guy's doing a build that's just not going to work against the other one. Oh, but the Hellions are going to come in here. Maybe he can do enough damage here.
He's going to see what's going on.
Whoa. This turns everything around.
He knows now, man. With that quick of a layer, he's going to be like, uh-oh, and we should see him start throwing up turrets immediately.
Now, he needs to get rid of these Hellions here.
That was great Hellion move, man. If he hadn't been able to get in there, this game would be so different.
All right, now, this can be good as long as, yes, it is a good move. Okay, nice splitting there with the drones. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was really well done.
Sent him in 2 different directions.
Seriously, this is, wait, is he not building? He didn't actually see the spire. Wait, I did. I don't know if he clicked on it, though. He just ran right past it.
He might, yeah, he might.
But he doesn't have it. He does not have a single turret
turrets.
on the way.
He's not making any turrets.
Maybe he has this
I don't know if
timing
SuperNova's
perfect.
just off. You know, maybe he's just tired today, or.
Well, we'll see if he starts his turrets in just a second, because the actual timing of that spire, yeah, he actually knows exactly. He did click on the spire because he ran right past it with those Hellions really quickly. So he did see it and he did click on it. So he's like, all right, I know the timing of this, and his turrets are going to be up before the mutas are there, and he's going to be in phenomenal shape from what was actually a poor build order matchup for him. With that quick Hellion Scout, it's going to look really nice. Because normally you will not have, at this timing, you're not going to have turrets. No. Wow.
Yeah, well, you know, SuperNova did a not good opener for what his opponent was doing, which he couldn't have known. And you know what? Actually, he's handling himself just fine now. So when we were saying the game could end right away, it's not going to, because you know, SuperNova is having some pretty good reactions to this.
Great scout. All right, so SuperNova has 3 command centers and a 3rd hatchery coming up for Sniper. Sniper going to come in here and try to do some damage, but he's going to see, much to his dismay, there are Vikings and turrets. Ouch.
Yeah, the Viking turret combination makes it basically impossible to harass unless you have an overwhelming amount of mutas, because if you even try to, you know, graze around the outside of the base, you're going to get hit with the Vikings no matter what.
Yeah, they have some pretty sick range. Sniper trying to get in here.
I'm actually surprised Zerg keeps doing this, guys. It's pretty clear what's actually happening. He just keeps getting hit by missiles, and I think now he's going to turn around. You know, it's a terrible feeling when you're Zerg and you get the mutas out and you don't get to do any damage to the other guy's base.
Yeah.
Because normally you get some SCVs, or you even get a straight turret, but this time he's not gotten anything.
Yeah, and he's not getting anything, and he's using a lot of time multitasking those, which is going to perhaps hurt his macro a little bit, you know, hurt his timings a little bit, trying to get damage done.
He could have been juggling other tasks that would, you know, bring some benefit to him.
But the thing is, you still do need to try with the mutas, because if you just make mutas and don't try, man, that's sad. So he's going to remove these few Marines, and his Overlord will continue to drop creep. That's very annoying for SuperNova. Going to delay his expansion quite a bit. Even after he kills that Overlord, it's going to be a while to land it.
Nice defense here on the Overlord. He's okay. Look at that. Keeps that Overlord alive, excuse me, as long as possible. Now that whole expansion's covered in Zerg creep, and that's just going to make it a little bit longer before he can land the command center on top of that to get that additional expansion up and running.
All right, so right now we do have 64 CVs to only 56 drones. You know, that's the trade-off right there, trying to go for this quick muta build. Sometimes you're going to catch them, and sometimes you're not, and they're just going to get way ahead economically. And in fact, even upgrades, he's way ahead with 2-2 on the way against just the 1-1 melee of Sniper. Sniper, once again, in a bad spot. Even though he didn't take a lot of damage early on, he kind of self-imposed the damage by rushing the mutas so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, he's got to be careful with the position of these Vikings if the mutas flip around. But they do not.
Oh, 28 Lings in production. I think he's going to hit a 1-1 timing with Ling Bane Muta.
Well, that makes sense on this map because actually it's almost impossible for Zerg to get the 4th base. Late game sucks for Zerg on this map, basically.
Yeah.
Unless you really hurt the Terran early on, which didn't happen in this game. Whoa!
Yeah, he does already have Baneling speed, so that's going to help out a lot. Siege tank count right now is 3. And if those target correctly, it's going to deal a lot of damage to this attack. But this is something pretty common on this map to see. We'll have to see if it actually ends up working because his economy isn't quite what it could be as a Zerg player.
It's almost common enough, this strat, that it's almost predictable.
Yeah,
it's almost standard.
Every Terran has been hit with this a lot of times.
Right.
And in fact, he's putting up a lot of bunkers right now.
Okay, so he knows.
Siege tank spread. He's putting up some extra buildings, but this is a lot of Banes, and we'll have to see if he can actually get in there. Only 2 tanks are actually sieged. If he goes right now, this might be a good timing.
Now. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is.
Okay, the tanks are going to have to siege.
Comes
and
now.
they're sieging, but a little bit late. The Baneling's trying to be targeted down. The Baneling's actually going to be able to do a lot of damage here, but the Marines being microed very, very well, and it looks like
it's enough, I think.
Yo,
the SCVs!
Oh, boy. Nicely done, but the SCVs, actually, a lot of them do get out of there.
All right, he needs to get some more with these mutas here. But that attack was a success. He actually forced the command center to lift.
And in fact, he's making more Lings. Stasis, more of them rallying in. 28 more on the way. He's been hitting those injects very well, keeping that macro up. And it looks like 6 more mutas as well. Wow, he's not going to drone at all. He wants to keep
He wants
this
to end this right now.
He has to be careful. If SuperNova comes right back out to take that 3rd, I think that he may just lose the game. But if he sits
you mean
in his
SuperNova
natural,
will lose the game?
Yeah. If SuperNova sits in his natural, though, behind this depot wall, behind the bunkers, with his tank sieged, then he's going to be fine. Now he is trying to...
Oh, this is a mistake by SuperNova. He actually needed these Marines to spin it back at home.
But you know what? He just saw a ton of Lings with that. So that's actually pretty helpful.
Yeah, that's true. He does at least know.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, he's also actually taking the expansion again, so I don't know.
That's true, but he's going to throw down a lot of bunkers, I think. I think that's what we're going to see here. Yeah, he's going to throw down a ton of bunkers. He saw how many Lings were there. He's like, oh, that's a lot of Lings. Are you going to do that again? And he's hopefully going to be able to defend that.
Well, siege tanks are definitely going to be in siege mode this time around.
Yeah, that was big, man. 2 tanks not in siege mode. Ouch.
All right, so we have 30 Banelings on the way.
Wow.
And a little bit ago we had about 22 Lings making, and he's still making more. So, honestly, this is a tough one to call. I don't know if you have any predictions for this point in time, whether this timing's going to work. I see a lot of bunkers and a lot of siege tanks in siege mode. The Marines are spread pretty freaking well.
Yeah, I think that SuperNova should be able to hold. You know, just that drop that actually did nothing did a lot just by seeing how much stuff he had.
Notice how he's spreading out the Banelings and Zerglings before he attacks in here to make sure the siege tanks don't do quite as much damage.
Well, here we go. Oh, man, and it looks like SuperNova should be able to hold this. A lot of siege tanks. He's got to target these Banelings, though. It's so important. And he's
you know what? I think it depends on how many Banelings he actually detonates here. But he is going to get up the ramp at least. Nope, but then again, the bunker's going to finish here.
And, I mean, that's Sniper being out of gas right there, figuratively and literally.
And figuratively, yes.
Figuratively. That is, I mean...
Well, where does Berserk go from here? I mean, this is hard to transition into a next base. I mean, you basically spent the last 5 minutes making attacking stuff instead of developing an economy.
Yeah. In fact, he started 2 mutas and then canceled them because he realized, wait, why am I even making a muta? This is silly. I lost them all. SuperNova, this is going to be hard for Sniper to even do anything against these drops with only 2 mutas left over.
And, all right. A little bit of damage being done here by SuperNova. And now, okay, now here's what I'm not so sure about. Is SuperNova pushing out here? Unless he's trying to clean up a creep and turn around. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see a lot of Lings in production still. +2 melee attack, almost there, but 3-3 almost done for SuperNova. Looks like he just wants to clean up some creep for now.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Zerg had that presence in the middle of the map.
And when he cleans up that creep, I feel like it's going to be hard for SuperNova to really screw up too much. If he just has a lot of tanks and pushes across this middle part of this map, it's going to be so hard for him to do anything. And Sniper kind of taking the center, being a little bit indecisive there for a second.
Now, it looks like we may see SuperNova. You know, his ID messes me up because I'm thinking of, like, Terrans have snipers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Anyways, SuperNova is trying to take the bottom center location, it looks like here, judging from how he's positioning. Now, see that expansion we just had a shot of? If SuperNova identifies that and kills it, Zerg should, by all measure, lose.
You put 1 depot up.
I saw it. Anybody went up?
Thank God he
And
did
it wasn't
that.
even the one that was the least convenient to go by.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was funny. SuperNova basically just, shoring up his defenses a little bit now.
Uh-oh. Drop the expansion. Now, again, if he loses this, it's really bad for the Zerg. I mean, where's the Zerg supposed to expand,
Yeah, well, he can't really, and he can't save that either. It's just too far away. Those Marines will kill him no matter what, especially with 3-3. 2-2 is almost done for Sniper. I think he's just going to all-in. He's just going to attack one more time here. He has a lot of Infestors, a lot of Lings and Banes, and he's down by, like, 24 supply, which isn't too bad.
Okay, wait. Oh,
well, here
flank here. I don't think this is going to work.
No. Probably not.
All right, so the Marines doing a really good job here, gunning down all that siege tanks, doing so much damage, and that, I think, might be all she wrote. GG.
Well, I thought that actually they both played a lot better that game. Sniper, the way that first attack, it did a good job, right? His quick muta build was caught.
The timing.
The first attack did a good job, and then he kept making Lings thinking, all right, I'm going to kill you. But as soon as your opponent sees that, they can go into defensive mode. Build bunkers, siege up all the tanks, spread everything out, and it's going to become more and more difficult to actually break through them.
Yeah.
If he had tried to transition right after that first attack, I think the game would have been much longer and much more interesting. But it's 1-1, so we're just going to have to see.
All right, Artosis, what is our next map? It's Daybreak.
Good map to finish it on.
Yeah. I think it's one of our more balanced maps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and everyone's comfortable here.
There's like this fundamental problem with Antigua of just it gets weirder after base number 3.
Yeah, Terran's always
regardless of
like
the matchup, Yeah.
Absolutely. Even mirrors, it's funny after 3. It's like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Even PvP, when you're trying to get a 4th, it's like, well, do I take another main? And I don't know, in my PvP games there, if we both take other mains, then it just becomes like mass DT drops everywhere while everyone just sits with Colossus lines. It's like, what? Crazy map.
I don't think it's our best map, Antigua, but I think it makes for an interesting way to show how matchups can operate based off how a map is structured.
I'm glad that we've had Antigua in the map pool for some time, but when it goes, I won't be sad. I won't shed a single tear, Tasis, I swear it. I'll be brave, I'll be strong.
I'll be here for you. I'll be your rock, Artosis, don't worry. All right, the final game here for our first series is about to commence. SuperNova and Sniper. I'm actually really, I'm really digging Sniper's play. I really like how he's approaching.
I tell you,
the
man,
game so far.
I thought he did actually better in Code A, like when he was playing some Code S guys, but might be nerves. We'll see.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on the guy. SuperNova definitely one of our veterans here, but we'll see. Anyways, going on to game number 3. Who's going to move on between SuperNova